This is a tape I got from Turnip, the Creative Turnips Recycle Store. They have like 4 words in the name. I always mix them up. It's like a donation center. And you go in there, they got tons of donated stuff. It's like Goodwill, but like you pick your price. You name your price. You just get a box full of shit and you're like, I think I'll give $10 and like, or 15. It goes toward kids' education and art. So you're like, hell yeah. So I do that a lot, and they get a lot of tapes, except they've kind of run out, and now I'm confessing that I took all their tapes. Like, I'd take, like, all their tapes and then put, like, a blanket on top with a notebook and be like, it's just, like, blanket. But take all their tapes.
You stole them.
No, they're there for people to take and donate whatever they want. No questions asked. There's no pressure to donate anything high or low.
Do you think anyone else would have taken those tapes?
No one did yet, so I have a mission for them, and so I'm putting them to good use. And
Definitely.
So this tape is called Follow Me, or Modern Cannibals of the 24th. It's one of those things I couldn't decide, but when you add the or, it's kind of badass.
Mm-hmm.
So this originally, I renamed this when I listened to it. So I lost it for a while. I found the tape in one of my tape buckets, and it said Variations number 1. I'm like, the fuck is Variations number 1? So I put it in, and after listening to it, I was like, oh, this is Slapstick episode 4, obviously.
Clearly.
Modern Cannibals of the 24th. Follow Me. It just came out, you know? But originally it was Variations, which was a very pragmatic name I chose. What I did with this tape, it's the first tape you're hearing that I've actually like recorded this year. The other ones have been the fall. It's like the brewing, the genesis. Like, you know, that's, you hear the tape? Ooh! So, this is the first one of the roaring 20s, or as some call it, the bitchin' 20s. Or, I've been calling it the rolling 20s, because I've been rolling. That's good.
Right there with you on that.
You feel me, man?
Yeah.
All right. So, Variations number 1. My approach to this was I realized recently that I'm less of a poet. You can define me as that now in a familiar way, but I'm more of a scientist. And I'm not a scientist the way you think of modern scientists. I'm talking back to like ancient Greek, or like the scientists of ancient Egypt. I'm talking way back. We're talking Aristotle, physics, that book. They were physicists, but that's not the way we think of them now. They were not in a laboratory. They weren't like figuring out trajectories to the moon. Maybe they were in some ways. They were talking about existence and being, and if everything is one thing, or if everything is many, and if it's infinite, or if it has an end. If all things move, or if there's something that doesn't move. And what's something that doesn't move but moves other like, that's what I'm doing. I'm theorizing. I'm exploring speech on the page and speech in my head and spoken words. And I took a very scientific approach. And this is an experiment. The main goal of this tape, Variations number 1, is I wanted to create on the side of the tape. It's a 90-minute tape, so this is like 45 minutes. I wanted to create on this 45 minutes a meditation tape. I have this wonderful meditation tape, one of the first I found, on creativity. And this guy just has this like chill music in the background. On the other side is like ocean sounds and chill music. And it's like the instrumental version. But on this side, he just like, he talks in a very like soft-spoken like voice, and like kind of leads you through this imagery in your head that kind of helps you imagine and think of and be encouraged and have creativity. He's like, let the orange liquid pour over your head. And it's like stuff that's like absurd and like cartoonish. And I haven't told many people about this. I've sampled some in Panthera 95, but
That sounds like an episode of Nickelodeon.
dude, it's so beautiful. It's like unlocked. This meditation tape, I listen to it constantly.
Yeah.
I gotta put it out and find like what the guy's name is. I only know this tape. And so I wanted to make one like this and follow this legacy of like a meditation for creativity. So I was like, let me, in the most intentional way, put together something that would stimulate my imagination. And I experimented. And this is the first one. I was like, oh, this is it. This is the Variations number 1. And what I did is put the tape in, and I'll sit with my typewriter and I'll just listen. And as I'm listening, whether it's immediately or a little bit into it, Like I'll feel pulled to the keys, and the juices are flowing. And then sometimes I like don't know what to say, and it guides me, and I did this with like drawing. I tested it with all different kind of like artistic things, even the boring artistic things like the printer and using that and folding and getting in that like assembly line fashion with having everything lined up and organized. It helped me in all those creative areas. And I did a lot of testing. Like you got to do quality control. The whole goal of this is the first version of one of these meditation tapes on stimulating creativity and your imagination. So it's for other people. Maybe someone will listen to this and it's going to give them like, help them find their new ideas or help them stretch their imagination or help them just feel like, I don't know, find the space they need to think, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're like, I want to write a new song, or I want to try something different, the goal is to really just like keep taking it to the next level. Like, and it's helped me so far.
Cannibals of the 24th. This track is called The Architects, and the modern cannibals of the 24th collage. Listen closely. Modern cannibals of the 24th. The 24th is the 24th level on Earth's surface. In the future, start building upward our own like planetary establishment. Our establishment. So we progress layer after layer. 24 layers later. No one's stepped up there in a while. Number LLL.
We're always looking and searching for new and better ways to combine to improve. To use a book to record your personal thoughts and your business goals. You spend time each day and every day for the purpose of listening to others or reading for others. Your interest and friendship are wide. You welcome the thoughts from other people before passing them. You always strive to be well-informed, content with those around you. You choose a time and a place daily in which to think, and you are free. You are open and generous with the creativity that flows through you, using new thoughts and ideas for the greater benefit of all. You build little thoughts and stimuli, little ideas into bigger, creative, more dynamic ideas. Your mind and body are fit, and you're actively engaged in an exercise program. All areas of your mind, body, and affairs have improved dramatically. around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country and around the world. Cabinet, the advent of the communications revolution of the past few years. With modern computers and high-speed telecommunications, it is now possible to be in immediate contact with thousands of people around the country.
Entrepreneurial studies, the successful entrepreneur's talent lie not in inventing a better mousetrap, but in linking existing elements in a new way. Networking links the elements I just spoke of in a new way to create computerized consumer networks, which make available name brand goods and services to people all over the world. Unlike retail outlets or franchises, computerized consumer networks have virtually no space limitations or boundaries. They are literally stores without walls. Because of this, the variety and range of goods and services which they can offer is truly unlimited. automobiles, fashion clothes, sports equipment, educational supplies, computers, mortgages, health food, electronic equipment, cosmetics, financial services, insurance, and thousands more are all available from the same central source. Moreover, because they eliminate the cost of purchasing and operating outlets, networks can be set up anywhere with minimal capital investment. By getting rid of the ongoing overhead generated by costly fixed locations, networks can operate at a much higher profit margin than retail outlets or franchises. This means that they can afford to offer the best for less. It also means that they can be duplicated and expanded all over the world for little more than the time it takes to initially set them up.
Sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home or a seat. The question is, how are we going to do it? Taking expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home and expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home and or a seat. The question is, how are we going to do it? Taking expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home and or a seat. The question is, how are we going to do it? Taking expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home and or a seat. The question is, how are we going to do it? Taking expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home and or a seat. The question is, how are we going to do it? Taking expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids to college, wearing nice clothes, giving to charity, taking a year off to travel, owning a boat or having a second home and or a seat. The question is, how are we going to do it? Taking expensive vacations, driving sports cars, sending the kids.
How have I made it this far with so little to go? Enter the birthplace of Christ and other debaucherous places. Distorted classical flutes fill the bar. An 11th floorboard classics tape. Recognizable to all, holy to some, soulish haunt, mental depression, illness, tempo, illness, tempo, fluid filling space, irreverence to time and space, melody beyond, weakened Western minds. From art great discoveries revealed and quickly twisted, perverted into grace and out the grave. I wish the world outside understood the significance of this text. I record and recollect the memories and ever-flowing imagination of strangers in the sky, sojourners of the cosmos and the cosmos beyond. I record this for you. I record this now. You are curious enough to explore the tangibility of my imagination. Slaughter the skeptic. Open the chest. Stab and bury the seed. Soaked in blood, blooming in the sun, breathe upon me. For the kids have stopped playing, playing. Philosophers, come down from your tree. For the kids have stopped playing, He rested his head upon the soft machine. He felt like he didn't have much time left. He knew his mind was unraveling at the speed of, train of, stream of, train of, speed of, into the night. This is the end. I miss the breeze that we need. When we reach the end of the line and lay in the grass above, and lay above celestial bodies, how long will this continue? Technic awakening, revival of the final drive. A tone once heard, you cannot unhear.
This night, enlighten me.
I'll never finish
To the
this.
state of mind
My
I've
vision,
been praising.
my realization of a
This
stranger's vision will remain
The
unfulfilled.
cosmos we've been blind to. This is
Unfulfilled.
magical music. This is
I am struck with some kind of sickness, an illness of the time, but I must carry on my love. I must carry on.
A song is a soul's last hope. A song is a soul's last hope. A star, Mother Earth's oldest friend. Comfort her.
Music was the first to go digital.
One day closer
Forgotten
to one day more.
museums of
One
wax.
moment's anew. A moment's gone.
The tables turned,
and
then there were no tables to turn. The tables turned until there was no tables to turn.
Forced by money, cash flow, withdrawals, and deposits. Yes,
Have you ever just stoned enough to think you're the man for the job? Smoke rolled off the lips. With the sense of man, magnificent, materialism,
I want life, would you? I want love, would you? I want everything there is. Would you? I want life, would you? I want love, would you? I want everything there is. I feel tense, my neck, broken glass, crumpled on parchment.
Inferno
I feel tense
and Paradiso, without reference to time.
Cannot save the young wax. Cannot save the
Equally present spatially in terms of material and state of being. Not a constant presence, for presence is nonsensical. There is no now, there is only a constant is.
And the anticipation of the cosmos.
Inferno and Paradiso without reference to space.
I mustn't take a break.
Liquefied and absorbed into each other. There is no visible motion of bodies or agents. Time is an infinite flow, proceeding itself, chasing itself, raw and spiritual, no beginning and no end, at once giving and receiving. It is all is it. It is all
Have
is
you?
it.
Unfamiliarity is hidden in familiarity. Unfamiliarity is hidden in familiarity.
Until married,
is
time and space do not create
Terrifying,
offspring.
new fear,
Cosmos,
and dive
unknowable.
You have everything
It does not
within arm's
exist without
reach.
this framework. If studied in blindness of the other, we see aspects of each hidden in the shadow or the light of the other, motionless, blurring, divorced. Only in our imagination can we perceive time and space devoid of each other. However, I propose we expand our thoughts to explore the telos of each to the other. Telos beyond natural faith, sensual generosity. And it is only in the imagination that practicality is born. Breakthroughs in time and space consequently halted the imagination in the presence of possibility, beyond the edge of our previously accepted notions of infinity, if you know what I mean. Cyrenetics, flesh incarnate, molded like mud in a child's hand, in the sphere of space, ages above, atom below, 21st century philosopher. Philosopher, come down from your tree. Strangers of the imagination, dusty planets, burned in the sun, barren rock, Kepler 452b. They rose from the ground like men made of mud, woke up, strangers of earth, and smells of waves of grass. Why am I so anxious? What holds me back? How have I made it this far? How have I made it this far with so little to show? Enter the birthplace of Christ and other debaucherous places, a bar in the 24th century. Distorted classical flutes fill the bar, an 11th floor warp classics track, recognizable to all, holy to most. Soulish haunt, mental, depression, illness, tempo, filling space, irreverence to time and space, melody beyond melody, beyond melody, beyond melody, beyond melody, beyond weakened Western minds. From art, great discoveries revealed and quickly twisted, perverted into grace and out the grave. I wish the world outside understood the significance of this text. I record and recollect the memories of an ever-flowing imagination of strangers in the sky, sojourners of the cosmos and the cosmos beyond. I record this now for you. I record this now for you are curious enough to explore the tangibility of my imagination. Slaughter the skeptic, open the chest, stab and bury the seed, soaked in blood, blooming in the sun, breathe upon me. For the kids have stopped playing, the kids have stopped playing. Philosopher, come down from your tree. For the kids have stopped playing, the kids have stopped playing. He rested his head upon the soft machine. He felt like he didn't have much time left. He knew his mind was unraveling at the speed of, train of, stream of, speed of, train of, speed of, stream of, speed of, train of, stream of, speed of, train of, stream of, touching the vaults of heaven, frantically typing into the night, into the night. The breeze that we need when we reach the end of the line and lay in grass above and lay above celestial bodies. How the wind and smoke affect the pages, magnolia daydreams. A wasp flew in my room, a wasp flew in my room. Why won't you die? Why won't you die? And then I cried. This might enlighten you to the state of mind I've been prey to. This might entrance you to the cosmos beyond you've been blind to. This is magical music. This is magical music. Deprivation of the human soul. So tired. A song in the soul's last hope. A song of the soul's last hope. A star, Mother Earth's closest friend. Comfort her, she will comfort you. One day closer to one day more. A moment anew, a moment gone past and past. The world is stranger. Patterns enforced by money, cash flow, withdrawn and deposits. Yet, how strange the world of fleshly commodification. Outgoing messages, 57.5 beats per minute, macaroni and cheese with Japanese whiskey. Would you? I want life, love, everything there is. Would you? I want life, love, everything there is. Would you? I want life, love, everything there is. I feel tense. My back broken glass, crumpled in parchment and rolled up. I feel tense. I deserve this. Claws in my arm. I was gone so long. Young wax can't save me. Flip-flops, black jeans, tucked in blue shirt, metal frame, light sweeping, black hair. Our principal character, Francis J. Harding. The history of the cosmos before and the anticipation of the cosmos beyond. His actions pursued foreknowledge of the events leading to our extinction. I mustn't take any breaks. More Japanese whiskey, more grass, more glass, more mixtapes, more mess, more attempts to organize my physical headspace in air, in matter, in meaning. Peace upon, peace upon, feast upon, feast upon. Be wary of familiarity. Unfamiliarity is hidden in familiarity. Stop buying gear and dive inward. You have everything you need within arm's reach. You have everything you need within arm's reach. You have everything you need within arm's reach.
See, I'm gonna try playing in reverse. I'll show you without it. Better?
variable, and I have clearly simplified it in describing it as I have just done. There may be periods of extended remission. There may even be frank, apparent clinical regression. And yet the course is, for most patients, generally progressive. For that reason, it becomes of practical clinical importance to know something of the incidence of this disease and to have an acquaintance with its natural history.
He calls them scream face. He calls them scream face. Credits roll. He stops typing. He stares up at the page. He gets up. He gets up. Rewind to the FBI warning. The desert is orange. A warm glow overhead. The desert is orange. A warm glow overhead. He is always on his feet. He is always on his feet. He is always on his feet. Dirty white basics. He is always on his feet. Dirty white basics. Dubbing cassette. Are you off cassette? Dubbing cassette. Are you off cassette? There are machines with wires. He obsessively flips the tape, creating an ever-evolving tapestry of sound. Machete, a ritual sacrifice to God. Appeasing, 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 a ritual, appeasing, appeasing, a ritual, appeasing, sacrifice to the God. Appeasing creatures invisible to the naked eyes of modern man. Yeah, you just get a hold on tight, baby. Alan Vega, the sensory problem. Sometimes giving himself time to sleep. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Here's a thought before we see the thickness. Concrete, gray, foggy horizon. There is a violent vibration on the surface. The writing style may at times feel unfamiliar. I've done my best to adapt the transcript. To those who read these pages, please forgive me for the times I may slip away from the page or from your mind. There is much more at play than time can understand. Hesitation, metallic, nowhere, concrete gray, foggy horizon, hesitation toward the building, a slow pan into the apartment. We see a balcony, we see a glass door, we see the colorful reflection of the sky and clouds. Through that a room, through that a man standing on a western blanket, a bowl of something in his hand. Soft cotton and silky pants. Soft cotton and silky pants. my true image. Sculpted mask. Sculpted mask. Sculpted mask. Sculpted mask. Angry strokes of paint convey the anguish of a car salesman. How does one protect himself with a knife? How does one end the night when the end is nigh?
Shift when I know
The tape is closing
to an end anticipation.
of the abyss. Do not fear the looping of time. Do not fear the looping of space. Do not fear the looping of time. Do not fear the looping of time. Do not fear beautiful, intimate, alive experience. Do not fear beautiful, intimate, alive experience. Spinning magnetic ice, no one cares about ice. Ice, no one cares about ice. Ice, a new form of ice. Ice, a new form of matter. If I can't put it in my drink, I don't care. How long will this loop continue? 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 Technic, awakening, revival of the final rival. A tone you cannot once heard, unhear, and I'll never finish this. My vision, my realization of a stranger's vision will remain unfulfilled. 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 I am struck with some kind of sickness and illness of the time, but I must carry on my love. I must carry on. I must carry on my love. I must carry on. I must carry on my love. I must carry on. I must carry on my love. I must carry on. I must carry on my love. I must carry on. I must carry on my love. I must carry on. Music was the first to go digital. Forgotten museums of wax. The tables turned until there were no tables to turn.
Are you ever just stoned enough to think that you're the man for the job? Smoke rolled off his lips. The son of man. Mechanistic. Materialistic descent.
Alright, this is the grand finale of it.